Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about expectation, and if you are feeling or you've been told that you should definitely expect whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, otherwise it won't come. You have to conjure up that feeling of expectation. I have never managed to get anything by trying to do that, by trying to conjure up expectation, because expectation isn't really what you're looking for. What you're looking for is a feeling of it is done, and that's so completely different from expectation. Trying to force expectation always generally leads to disappointment, because you feel like, well, I'm expecting it, oh yeah, where is it, and you feel that momentum, and then it doesn't come when you expect it to come, and so you just feel deflated and you feel like this expectation isn't working. You're not looking for the feeling of expectation, you're looking for the feeling of it is done, that you have done all that you can do, and that, like I said, is a completely different vibration, feeling, energy, whatever you want to call it. For the purposes of this video, let's call it energy. It's a different energy. So forcing expectation you can't do. When you expect something as a subconscious thing, you know, some people expect to always have bad luck follows them everywhere. That's what they get. When you expect the opposite, to have good luck all the time, good things happen to you, then that happens. But that's an internal program. That's a different sort of expectation, and that is something that you can't force. I mean, you can put different programs in there, of course you can, but you cannot force mentally with your rational brain. You cannot force expectation of something, and you shouldn't try, because that takes up a lot of energy, and what it does is it conflicts with what you're desiring, and you're not seeing it. You're getting more frustrated and more frustrated. So you don't need to do that. You don't need to expect it at all. You don't even need to think it's going to come. You can even think it might not come. I've done all of that and still create it, so you don't need to do that at all. But what you are looking for is the feeling of it is done. And when you say it is done, you don't have to expect it to come then to say, I expect when I say it is done that I am definitely going to get this. You don't have to feel that. When you say it is done, what you are looking at doing is stopping trying to make it happen. Because like I said before, trying to manifest just shouldn't be a phrase, because as soon as we try, then the energy conflicts with what we want. We don't get what we want. But as far as this magic is concerned, we are getting what we want, because we're getting what we feel. The energy that we're putting out is what we're getting back. So please don't feel that you have to expect it. As soon as I've expected anything, I haven't got it, or I've tried to expect it. You know, it's a different thing. It really is. And you can expect things in life and then they don't happen, because that happens. Expectation does not mean, I think that expectation is just two different things. It has two different meanings. Expectation is what we feel with our rational brain when we expect something to happen and then it doesn't happen. Then we're like, oh, just in normal life, I mean, because that happens, doesn't it? Expectation within our subconscious, expecting a certain outcome when things happen, expecting people to behave in a certain way, is different. That is expectation in an internal program within us that's ticking over all of the time. That is completely different than expectation with your rational brain trying to force an expectation, or any kind of just, oh, I expect that to happen, it doesn't happen. It's different. So, and I've heard people say that they don't believe this has anything to do with the subconscious, and I get surprised at that, because I think it has everything to do with the subconscious. It works on different levels. It is, you know, it does work on different levels. So drop that forced expectation. If now you're feeling like you're expecting it, and it hasn't been coming, and you've been doing this for a long time, then you must step back and say, well, it isn't working, is it? I have been expecting it because I've been doing everything right and it isn't coming. So that's not the feeling I want. That's not the energy I want. The energy I want is to know that I've done all that I can do. Nothing I've done has been in vain. So never think that. Anything that you've done in order to manifest has never been in vain, because when this does come to you, you will start noticing all of those things that you've imagined, conversations you've imagined will come to life. So it will never be in vain. But if you've gone a long time down the track and you haven't manifested what you want, haven't sort of conjured up a different 3D, then something, I'm not saying you've done anything wrong. All you've done is you are probably in that expectant state, but it's not the right energy in order to bring that to you. If you disagree with me, then please do let me know, because I can only ever go on my own experiences with this. and it hasn't ever worked for me. When I've expected, I haven't got, because when you expect, but you sort of have this sort of doubt as well. It's a funny feeling, really. It's not what you're looking for. Is it is done. I've done all that I can do, and feel what that feels like. Now, that does not mean you have to let go of your desire. It does not mean you have to stop thinking about your desire. It just means that you have to realize that you can't do anything more. Whatever else you do now in a slightly resistant state is just not going to have the effect that you want. It's going to keep you in this sort of limbo, in this stasis where you are at the moment, and you don't want that. So you just let it go to something else. Whatever you think this is, you let it go to that. I just say I let it go to reality, or sometimes I will talk to my inner self, and sometimes I will call it God, and sometimes I won't. That's not me talking to God in a religious sense. It's me sort of talking to inner me, to I've said this before, I'm working on a fiction project at the moment, and my main character Lola always talks to inner self. That's the only bit that I've managed to get in there regarding all of this stuff, because it's not based around the law of attraction at all. So, but I like to get that in there, and it's been useful doing that actually, because it's reminded me to talk to myself even more, which I do, and I talk to my subconscious as if it was an entity. So if I feel like calling it God, I will. If I feel like just thinking it's just me, my higher self, if I feel like calling it the universe, do you know what? I don't work with any rules with this stuff. I do whatever works for me on any particular day that I am working with this. So please don't feel that you have to expect. You don't. And actually what is probably happening, if you've been feeling expectant for a long time, expectancy is of something coming to you in the future, isn't it? So maybe it's always in the future, and that's why it's not coming. So look at it like this: if it isn't working and you're not seeing signs, or you're not seeing huge signs, or you're not seeing any evidence of your 3D changing, then it's time to have a look at that and think, I don't need to expect. I don't even need to think it will happen. All I really need to do is change my energy and say, look, I can't do anything else. Even if you throw your hands up in the air, go, that's it, I'm done with it, I can't do anything else, then that's absolutely fine too. So this is a short video. I wanted to get this out there because I have a lot of questions about expectation, and people think that they have to do it, they have to feel it. And it's not necessarily, like I said, there's these two different kinds of expectation. A subconscious expectation will manifest, but a rational brain expectation tends not to, because it's mixed with resistance and that. And even whether you don't think it is, your expectancy is almost a resistance. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, then I would love for you to do that. My son has a Law of Attraction channel, Harrison Ellis. He offers some coaching with that too. And actually his coaching is going to be on my website soon too. I offer Zoom coaching. I charge £65 for an hour for my members, and £75 if you're a non-member. They tend to go over that, the sessions, but that's fine. I don't charge any more for that. I also offer a members area via my website where you get some one-to-one coaching support from me too, and a modules section, tons of modules on there, tutorials, SP tutorials, and a members hub where you can talk to each other, and that's £5 a month.